Decision by the Kansas House of Representatives to pass a bill which would have allowed the legal discrimination of gay couples was met with outrage across America. A somewhat embarrassed state Senate now plans to sink the legislation, which would have allowed people to use their religious beliefs to openly deny services, care or employment to homosexual couples. Guy and Chichikan reports.
Kansas lawmakers have outraged the gay community here in the U.S. As you know, last year, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the ban on same-sex marriage is unconstitutional. So you have states that have embraced this ruling, and you have states that are trying to shield themselves from that ruling. And here's how Kansas is doing it. Kansas lawmakers have passed a bill that would allow businesses and state government employees to deny services to same-sex couples if, quote, it would be contrary to their sincerely held religious beliefs. So according to these lawmakers, forcing businesses or state employees to deliver services to same-sex couples is a violation of their freedom of religion and speech. Gay rights advocates are, of course, outraged over this. Some say it could be worse than simply not allowing gay marriage, because we're talking about services that could include medical care. So state hospitals can potentially turn away gay couples at the door and deny treatment, and this bill would protect them from discrimination lawsuits. If a gay couple calls the police, an officer may refuse to help them on religious grounds. That's how broad the language of this Kansas bill is. We're asking residents of Washington, D.C., one of the most gay-friendly cities in the U.S., what they think about this bill.
I think it's really terrible. I think that employees should not be able to just, not let same-sex couples have the same benefits as regular married couples based on their religious beliefs.
It's a fundamental contradiction of separation of church and state.
I think that's fine.
Why? Why do you think that?
I don't think that the state should be able to force people to do things that go against their religious beliefs.
Kansas is not alone. So-called religious exemption laws have been proposed in Idaho, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, and Oregon. 20 states have laws protecting residents from discrimination based on their sexual orientation, but most states do not. And it seems last year's Supreme Court decision and the overall trend toward equal rights for gay couples have prompted some of these conservative states to take an even more aggressive stance against the gay community. In Washington, I'm Ganesh Chekan, RT.
Earlier, we spoke to one activist who told us that same-sex couples in Kansas are discriminated against on a daily basis, regardless of any legislation that's being enacted.
In Kansas, we have no anti-discrimination statute which includes sexual orientation or gender identity. Even if the Supreme Court tomorrow were to declare that the Kansas anti-discrimination bans are unconstitutional, residents of Kansas could still go right ahead and discriminate as they do today. So it's kind of a smokescreen that a lot of people are throwing up, that this is really about cakes and wedding pictures. People already will have the ability to turn that down because there's no protection for sexual orientation. The main thing that this bill will do that will upset the LGBT community is it will enable the government employees to continue to pick and choose what marriages they deem are valid by this statute. So even after it's declared unconstitutional, they're trying to give employees in the government the right to go ahead and turn down citizens. And that could be any employee of any government agency.